You can feel the energy inside this building and also across the street. The NFL Draft has finally arrived.
With the first pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select.
And so it is. The assumed is really happening.
Welcome back, everybody. This is the People's GM channel. In case you don't know what we do here, we take over professional sport franchises that are your favorite team, our favorite team, some random's favorite team, somebody's favorite team somewhere, and take over as the general manager, make those moves you know they should make. They probably won't make, but again, that's why I'm here. We're here to take over, make the picks they need. With that being said, we're working our way through all 32 NFL teams, with the draft coming up on Thursday night starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Next up, Indianapolis Colts. Again, we're using the PFF 2021 NFL Draft Simulator. This is a great, fun little tool. You can jump on there, pick your favorite team, go through, make the picks you think they should pick, etc. Go ahead and check it out. That being said, let's dive right in with the Indianapolis Colts. Now, big offseason acquisition, obviously, Carson Wentz. Phillip Rivers retires. Carson Wentz is in. Can we keep him healthy? Can he help us get over that hump, win the AFC South again, win that AFC, go through the Chiefs, whatever that may look like, let's get after it. So, right off the bat, quarterback, we're not going to be spending any time. Running back, we've got Marlon back. We've got Jonathan Taylor. We've got Hines. We think we got something going there. Wide receiver, T.Y. Hilton. Can we keep him healthy? Same old, same old. Michael Pittman Jr., Paris Campbell. Again, we've got to find, some sort of extra special talent there. Tight end, kind of same story. Jack Doyle, good starter. Maybe if we can find somebody who's super special. Quentin Nelson, best lineman in the game. Ryan Kelly, pretty stinking good. Brayton Spence, not bad. We're going to see if maybe we can build some depth there. Same thing on the defensive side. Defensive backfield, can we get them some depth? Can we get some playmakers in that front seven? Let's see what we can do. First pick coming up, 21st pick in the first round. We've only got 6 picks, so we'll take a look and see if we can trade back out of one of these picks, maybe get some value. PFF says our needs are wide receiver, tackle, and edge rusher. I don't totally disagree with that. Let's get to work. Now, first off, right at 21, Green Bay Packers want us to trade back. Buffalo Bills, you know what? That's just too far of a trade back. We're too close to a Super Bowl run. We've got to get in here. Now, let's take a look. We've got corner. We've got Vera Tucker, which would be a great tackle option for us right off the bat. We've got an edge rusher in Jason Owa out of Penn State. We've got Caleb Farley, who could come in and play nickel corner for us right off the bat. Got the number 1 safety. Got the number 2 linebacker available. We've got a ton of options here, but the one we're going to focus on is obviously somewhere where we've got to get better. That being said, the pick is in. We're going Elijah Moore, wide receiver out of Mississippi. Again, 5'9", 185. But again, slot receiver. We've got these big guys. We've got to get that compliment to T.Y. This is the dude. Let's go. Now we're back on the clock at 54. So we've addressed one need. Again, we've got other needs. We're going to take a look at 54 and see if maybe we can make some magic happen. So, what do we have? Great news for us. We've got a couple great options. We've got Nick Bolton, number 3 linebacker. Jabril Cox, top 3 linebacker as well. We've got a starting quality corner. And we've got a special dynamic tight end. Now, again, PFF is saying we need a tackle. I don't disagree. But Pat Freiermuth, a special player. Again, kind of the Mike Gesicki style guy, right? 6'5", 260, a little bit better blocker, known as Baby Gronk. Just one of those guys. Can we overlook him? Eckenberg, tackle out of Notre Dame, is pretty special as well. 6'6", 302 pounds, high-end traits, higher floors in the class. So, it's one of those things where we've got that offensive side of the ball. We've got to get better. That being said, you can't win Super Bowls without taking risks. The pick is in. It's Pat Freiermuth, tight end out of Penn State. So, again, one of those things. Tackle was probably the more conservative pick there, but we can't give up a talent like that. He's a big guy. So now we've got a speedster. Now we've got a big guy. We're better on the perimeter. Now we've got to continue to go to work on those offensive defensive lines. We've got 4 picks left. Let's see what we can do. Good news is here, we've got a bunch of good options. We got Jonathan Cooper. Seems like a no-brainer here. 6'4", 260, coming off that Ohio State kind of defensive line. Just makes a ton of sense here. The pick is in. It's Jonathan Cooper. Let's not play around. There's nobody better on the board that we want. Fills a need. Gives us that pass rusher up front. Now, again, we got 3 picks left. We still need to continue to address that offensive line. So let's see what we've got coming up. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sort that. We're going to look at that interior offensive line as well as those offensive tackles and see who's available. Now, Larry Borom, again, there it is. Terrific college player, physically borderline at the NFL, even at guard. So again, one of those things where he was so good in college, is it going to translate? Jalen Moore, a little bit more of a mystery, right? 6'5", 315, physical tools. Was the MAC enough competition? Nobody's really sure he's going to play guard. Is he going to play center? Is he going to play tackle? One of those things where we got to continue to look at and see if it makes sense. Let's go to the trade board, see what they want to do. They want us to drop back to 193. That's just too far. We've got to pull the trigger here. Let's take a look what we want to do. Again, Larry Borom played at a high level in college. The pick is in. It is Larry Borom. We've got to take him. We're going to coach him up. He's on a great offensive line. We have to address that need. Now, we've only got 2 more picks left in this draft. Again, traded away some capital. We got our quarterback that we needed. So, again, this is one of those things where every pick matters. But right now, this is where championship rosters are made. Back half of the drafts, can you find starters? Can you find contributors? Can you find guys that are going to help you be better? And the answer is absolutely we can, and we're going to right now. Now, Drake Jackson, center out of Kentucky. There it is. Pigeonholed zone scheme center. You know what? Could be a starter. Not a great fit for us. Michael Mennett, same kind of story, right? Middling grading profile, physical 2. Can he be a depth guy? He's not really a tackle. Doesn't necessarily do anything super for us there. We're going to keep looking. Kylan Granson, special kind of kid out of SMU. Ben May's another tight end. What do we do here? This is where, again, champions are made. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go address that offensive line again. The pick is in. It is Drake Jackson. Again, they don't love that, but here's the point. We're going to look at that. We're going to shuffle around. Obviously, we're not moving Quentin Nelson because, again, he's the greatest guard in the game. He's the best offensive lineman in the game. But we're going to bring in some depth and see if we can't move some pieces around and get better on that offensive line. Now, here we are, 248, last pick in the draft. Great news is Dalen Hayes, a guy that we would have loved to see 30, 40 picks earlier, right? High-end trade to get excited about, but here's the thing. He's a solid player to come right in and contribute. That being said, we've also got Robert Jones available, tackle out of Middle Tennessee. So again, Robert Jones is a guy, didn't get to play in 2018, but 2 years of tape, kid got better. Is he a guy that can come in? He is more of a tackle, true tackle for us. So again, we've got 2 options here. We've got this defensive end that can come in and help us. We've got Robert Jones, where we've got to continue to address that. It's one of those things where we've got to figure out which one's going to help us bring a championship to Indianapolis. That being said, the pick is in. We're going with Robert Jones. We're going a little more traditional. We've got to, again, address that offensive line. We've got to find those starters. Now, as you can see, it's already popped up. We get graded on all of these individual draft picks and then an overall grade from PFF. So let's see how we did. Right off the bat, Elijah Moore, big win for us. Playmaker on the outside, fills a need, healthy, playmaking kid, gonna help us right away. PFF doesn't love the Pat Vermouth. Again, at 54, yeah, we could have went tackle there, but it's one of those things where we just have to take the best player available sometimes. You just can't pass up a talent like that. Again, Jack Doyle's a good kid. We like him. He's a good player, decent production, 23 for 251. That's fine, but here's the point. Now we got a guy who can play outside. He can play on the line. He can play with his hand down. He can play in the slot. We can put Doyle and Vermouth on the field at the same time, take some pressure off our offensive tackles as well. That being said, address that offensive line as well. There you go. Tackle, center, tackle with the last 3 picks. Didn't make any trades down. was hoping we could find something that's great. Again, we've got to find a player that's going to start out of here. The good news is we're bringing in competition at that offensive line. We're bringing in a starter on the defensive line. We're bringing in a starter on the offensive side, 2 starters on the offensive side. So there it is right there. This is how championship rosters are made. We didn't help the skill positions on the defense, but we feel pretty stinking good about that. Again, you look at these teams that keep winning, it's up front, it's skill guys, it's these special type players like a Pat Fremuth and Elijah Moore. So this is pretty stinking good. This has been the Indianapolis Colts 2021 mock draft brought to you by the People's GM. That's me. Again, I think limited capital, 6 picks. We made some moves. They didn't love them. B+, little lower than we would have liked to see. Would have liked to see that A-, maybe an A, but that's okay because, again, this is a championship roster. They're right on the edge. That defense is going to play great. We're going to run the ball. We've got weapons that Wentz can throw to. It's going to be the first time he's seen that in his career. It's going to be great. That being said, thanks for tuning into the People's GM channel. Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be live streaming the NFL draft so you can get some reactions to that, as well as doing recaps of all the draft picks by team over the next couple weeks as we move into those mini camps, summer, and then eventually that fall season. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. Until next time, this is the People's GM.